Hi, everybody. Noreen Spencer here. As we all know, the election is coming up here fairly quickly, June 23rd. And I figured I'd take a minute or two and just show you how easy it is to vote. All right. And first, I want to provide you just a few pieces of information that might help you understand the process and answer some questions potentially. So there are two ways to vote in this election. You can mail in your ballot or you can present your ballot in person. If you're going to mail your ballot in, we encourage everyone to mail it prior to Saturday the 19th. This will give the post office enough time to get the ballot to TIE. TIE is TIE, that stands for the Inspectors of Election, and they are handling our election process. Now, if you're going to vote in person, you can show up to the actual election, which is going to be held at the clubhouse beginning at 5 p.m. on the 23rd. Now, if you want to arrive a little earlier so that you can register, so that you can submit your ballot in person, that's a great idea. Now, it's scheduled for a 1 hour window, but we do anticipate that being extended past that 1 hour allotment simply because people are getting back to work these days and may not be home in time for the election to close at 6 p.m. So just keep that in mind. All right. Now, another focus that we're looking for is we're really trying to get everybody involved so that we meet a quorum this year. Now, quorum is just a fancy word of saying the majority of all the HOA association members, which means here at Cross Creek, 267 owners. All right. So we're hoping to exceed that number of ballots received so that we can make sure to meet that quorum so we don't have to go into a second voting cycle, which will cost everybody time and money that we really can't afford to spend right now. So that's kind of our focus right now. So every unit is going to get a ballot package. That ballot package looks like this. All right. You should have already received your package. Most people got that by the beginning of last week. However, if you did not receive your ballot package, you can contact TIE directly and order a new one to be sent out to you. You can either call them or send them an email using this information. You can call them at 888-211-5332, or you can email your request to info@theinspectorsofelection.com. Okay, so once you receive your ballot package, there will be a few items in there. The first item you're going to see is the election brochure. All right, this is the cover page and page 1 that includes information about the election itself. Page 2 is an agenda for the entire election process. All right. Page 3 is pertinent information regarding the election and voting. There's some legalese in here, but I encourage everybody to read through this because there is some interesting information. All right. And the rest of the brochure is all the candidate statements. All right. Now, this year, there are 7 candidates on the ballot. Each unit gets 7 votes since there are 7 seats on the board here at Cross Creek. All right. You can use those 7 votes however you want. You can vote 7 times for one person. You can vote 1 time for all 7 people, or you can vote any combination in between. 5 votes to one person, 2 people get 1 vote each. However you want to allocate your vote, it's up to you. Just make sure you read those candidate statements and really know who you're voting for. All right. The second item is the actual ballot kit. There's 3 items to this ballot kit. There's the mailing envelope, which has your information, postage paid, so no expense to you. There is the bright yellow secret ballot envelope. And finally, the actual ballot. You'll see the ballot is on one side and official ballot instructions on the other. Again, there's 7 candidates running this year, So you will see 7 names on the ballot. There is an 8th line here in case you want to write somebody in and vote for them. So I'll try to get a close up here. It's a fill-in bubble ballot. All right, as you can see here. So what you're going to do when you get your ballot, when you read your candidate statements and you know who you're voting for, you take a blue or a black ink pen and you're going to fill in a bubble for whoever you're voting for. Now, on the back side of your ballot is a sample example of how you can fill your bubbles out. Again, you can give your votes all to one person, or you can distribute your votes between different people. All right, however you want to vote, it's up to you. Just make sure that you vote. Now, you do have 7 votes, as I said before. However, you cannot provide more than 7 votes. If your ballot is received and contains 8 votes, it's invalid and it cannot be counted. So as you're voting, make sure that you're counting as you go, and make sure when you're done voting that you count 7. You don't have to use all 7, but you can't go over 7. So let's say I've completed all of my voting. I'm going to take my completed ballot card with no more than 7 votes. I'm going to take my bright yellow secret ballot envelope. I'm going to slip the ballot in, and I am going to seal the envelope. Lick it, tape it, staple, however you want. Make sure this is completely sealed. Once this is completely sealed, you take the 3rd mailing envelope. You slip your secret ballot envelope in, and you make sure your mailing envelope is completely sealed. Again, it has to be sealed. The last step you're going to take is on this envelope, you'll notice that there is a signature line right here. You have to sign your mailing envelope. You can do everything right up to this step. If you don't sign it before you mail it, your ballot is not counted and it's invalid and it doesn't go towards a quorum. Very important step. Again, the postage is even paid. So once you put your ballot in your secret envelope, you put your secret envelope into your mailing envelope, you sign your mailing envelope, you then put it in the post box. Mail person will come and pick it up and deliver it to Ty. Now, if you're mailing, Ty must receive your ballot by 5 p.m. June 22nd. If it's received by mail after that, it's invalid. It cannot be counted. So if you fail to mail your ballot, feel free to provide your ballot in person. Again, 5 p.m. June 23rd. Okay. And don't know if I mentioned this before, but currently California does not allow for online voting. So the paper ballot is the only way to go. All right. Remember to use black or blue ink when filling out your bubbles or your votes, and make sure you don't include more than 7 votes. All right. And that's it. It's that easy. So hopefully we've provided you some information today that's helpful. If you have questions, feel free to include them in the comments below and one of us will respond. Feel free also to send us an email at info@ccvchange.com. And that's it. Happy voting, everybody.